Today, I am honored to welcome Karen Falcocchia. She's a realtor in Reno, Nevada, has been there a long time, and she is our realtor partner there. So I wanted to discuss the idea of possibly moving to Reno for a lot of you. Obviously, Nevada is close to California, still a very tax-friendly state. So hello, Karen, nice to see you.
Hi, Terry. Thank you for having me.
Sure. First of all, tell us about how you ended up in Reno, how long you've been there, and how long you've been a realtor there.
I've been in Reno since about second grade. I grew up in Bird Eye, which is right the last town before you leave the northern Nevada. So that's right before Truckee. It's about 20 minutes away from Truckee. It's a little quaint town. I grew up there, and I moved here when I was about second grade. My parents were relocated from the East Coast. And so we've been here pretty much ever since until I married my husband, and he took us over to San Jose for about 5 years or so.
Well, great. Can you tell us a little bit about Reno as far as just an overview, maybe the population, the type of people that are moving there, and what your experiences are in the last couple of years about people migrating from California?
Well, we are certainly seeing a lot of migration. We are certainly seeing a lot of people who are tired of the politics and the taxes and everything that's going on. So when they come here, they're looking for a fresh start, and they're seeing that what happened in California, they don't want to repeat. So they're coming here pretty much, a lot of them are conservative, I have to say that. It's a really good mix of people. They're bringing a lot of culture, they're bringing a lot of diversity, but on a very conservative level. So it's a very nice mix that who are coming over from California. So I'm actually enjoying it.
I'm sure people are happy to hear that. Well, can you tell us about employment? What types of employers are there? Obviously, it's a gambling town, or Nevada's a gambling state, but I know that used to be a big part of the economy. I suspect it's not nearly as much as it used to be. But can you tell us about employment there, and what type of employment opportunities are there for people who still need to work?
There's plenty of opportunities here outside of gaming. We have like maybe 3 or 4 major casinos here, but they don't drive the market anymore. Reno's pulled away from the being seen or trying to be seen as the gambling little city, the biggest little city, promoting gambling. But mainly we have, and we're being recognized by a lot of CEOs, a lot of people who are moving to Nevada for the job opportunities. We have the largest industrial park here in Reno. We have Switch, we have Apple, we have Starbucks, we have Google, Tesla, Panasonic. We have many different companies that are moving over here or are right here. And so Edon, which is a big here in Reno, they are promoting us like crazy, and we have a ton of stuff. We're being recognized, like I said, around the U.S. for companies coming here with the ease and tax breaks and things like that. So, and we're building like crazy, and that's who we're kind of bringing over. We're bringing over a lot of tech jobs. So it's almost kind of like the buzz around town is the next more conservative version of Silicon Valley, because we are bringing so many tech companies here, and we are pulling away from the casinos. Like I said, there's only like 3 or 4 here that are big ones, but they're mainly here for tourists. Right now, I mean, since everything's closed, we're not hurting as Las Vegas is. Las Vegas is hurting greatly because they are a casino town, and that's their main drive. We here just are moving along. Our freeways are busy. They're not trafficy, but everybody's going to work, and there's a lot of at-home computer positions everywhere. So we're doing fine, actually. We're not really skipping too much of a beat.
And can you kind of address the areas of growth? I know that Reno, I mean, you got Reno in the valley area there, but I believe that you're growing to the west, to the south, and to the north. Can you talk about that just a little bit, and how maybe that adds to the affordability of the area?
Yes. North Reno is growing tremendously. There's a lot of shipping jobs out there, shipping companies that are coming in. So we have plenty of that going on in northern Reno. We have northwest Reno, which is still, we have a lot of master plan communities here. So people drive through here, you won't see too many homes like you see in major cities or bigger cities where they have all the housing flanking the cities or the freeways. Ours are more tucked into the mountains, and we have a lot of master plan communities. So we have growth in northwest Reno, which is Somerset and Bird Eye. And then we have on the south side, we have a ton of tech jobs coming out that way. So we have Arrow Creek, Damani Ranch. There's tons of homes that are going in different areas, and all the way through down through Carson. And then Carson is seeing a lot of stuff through Dayton, Silver Springs, Fernley, and Fallon. Fallon's our naval base, so we have a lot of military families out there as well. And then Sparks is huge. Sparks has got Sparks is like a own little pod out there. It's got all the shopping, and it feeds to all areas. You can get pretty conveniently everywhere you want to go from Sparks.
And with that, obviously, probably higher prices have come with that. So can you kind of talk about the price points in each of those? I mean, can you buy I don't know, a $250,000 house somewhere in the Reno metro area that's livable, or is everything 350, 400,000 now?
For the most part, things are in the high threes, fours, but there are a lot of booming neighborhoods. Like I said, North Reno has a lot of homes that start in the twos. So they're brand new communities, they're beautiful homes. They start at 1,800 square feet and go on up from there. The schools are improving, so everything's in that direction is rising up in that corner of the world. Let's see what else. We have affordable homes in Fernley, Dayton, Carson. Carson's another booming town right now. There's a lot of flips going on in that city. There's a lot of remodeling of old homes. Their downtown is so cute down in Carson City. Our midtown is growing. They're probably in the high threes, fours, fives now. And but it's just the growth of the community. Midtown, we have a lot of eateries, we have bars, we have a whole bunch. We have museums. All that stuff is driving the Reno downtown area. So that is growing pretty well. And the boom downtown, Midtown, is growing pretty nicely. So I can't really complain there either. We're just growing everywhere, and we're growing at a nice pace. And we're not over as we were in the beginning, 2008, 2005, 4, 5, 6, and 8. There was a ton of growth, but they were doing it falsely. There wasn't enough jobs here. Now we have the jobs. Now we have the places to go eat, places to go hang out. We have everything in place. We did all the infrastructure while the whole economy is down. And now, so we're all rising up together at the same level, and we're not, one area is not going higher than the next area. So it's all coming up together at the same time.
Well, one thing I noticed, I was there, last year, and the thing I noticed is that they're actually building freeways there. I mean, new freeways and new roads. It's kind of surprising. We're not used to that here in California, obviously, with all the environmental regulations, but they're actually adding brand new freeways, not just expanding the existing ones, but adding new ones. Can you speak to that a little bit about how they're actually building the infrastructure to accommodate the growth?
Which is nice. And we do that, and that was probably more towards Carson. I think you were probably going out there that way. And they have a beautiful new freeway from Reno to Carson. The city planning is pretty good. They like to come or foresee, basically, like a real city should, foresee what's coming, foresee what they're predicting, foresee how things should be going, what areas are developing. So also in the northwest or the north part of Reno, they have new freeways out there too, because they have two big communities coming in. One's another master plan community. But our freeways are very clean. They're picked up at least monthly. We don't tolerate graffiti here, so you are fined, or you can be have a night or two in jail if you choose to do that. But they don't tolerate it. Once it's seen and reported, pretty much within 24 hours things are cleaned up. Same way with the freeways. If something happens to fall off your truck, a bag of garbage, a couch, whatever, it's picked up right away. So we don't have a lot of trash hanging around in the on the outskirts. So everything's pretty clean here. Even just throughout the city, it's very clean. So, and mainly our downtown, minus the little casino area, when you go down to Midtown, everything's spotless, even downtown. So, and it's really nice with the river, because the river attracts a ton of different sports, events. It's a beautiful little place where once COVID is over, we can get back to normal and hosting our art town and all the activities that we had around the river. So it's a great time.
And you mentioned the business park. Is it the largest in the U.S.? I know it's certainly largest west of the Mississippi, but is it the largest in the U.S.? And I know Tesla's out there, and I think Google might be out there. Who else is out there and growing?
Switch, Panasonic. About every 6 months, somebody big comes in, pretty much, the way it's being marketed and how we're bringing people over. And like I said, we're trying to get away from the casinos, and unfortunately, there's still a little stigma there about casinos, downtown Reno, blah blah blah. But no, like I said, that's just such a tiny area that if you're a regular person here in Reno, you can never go downtown and never see any casinos. We are not around that, and the park is eastern portion of Reno, so that it's got a nice freeway out there, very clean. It's got its own little pod, so it's a humongous industrial park. And when I mean industrial park, I mean there's miles of just big buildings and parking and trucks and all that kind of stuff that goes into an industrial park, which creates its own, besides the tech side of it, you have all the shipping and infrastructure that goes on into those that big park, that it's almost a whole nother city in itself. So it's pretty spectacular.
And now that you're discussing all of this growth and expansion, I assume there's plenty of water to keep people hydrated and for their houses and for businesses, everything else. I mean, I know Reno's a high desert. How are they getting their water?
From the Truckee River, which comes out of the Lake Tahoe, and we have pretty good water here. They never really mentioned any type of water shortage, so I'm assuming everything's going well. One of my closest friends, he worked for the Truckee Meadow Water Authority, and he's an engineer, so he never mentions anything over wine time or anything, so I can't complain there either. So, and I think that's part of the infrastructure that we did while everybody was in the downtime. We planned for these layers of growth that are coming the right way this time.
Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you for this. It's been great.